Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this video I'm going to take a look at what's going to happen to Shaman in the upcoming standard rotation. What about all the Shaman meta decks? Are they going to survive? What are they going to lose? What replacements do they have to find? If you enjoy this content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check the description below for my Twitch channel and other ways to support the content that I create. And now let's take a look at that Shaman. So first of all, we have the strongest current Shaman archetype, which is the Overload Aggro Shaman. And that is a lot of red lines. Zap going away, Voltaic Burst going away, Earthen Might going away, Lick Him going away. Lick Him, remember that weapon used to be a really big deal. Snip Snap going away, Spirit of the Frog and Thunderhead. That deck is dead. It's really dead. Because the whole deck is based on the idea that Spirit of the Frog draws you cards and Thunderhead generates tokens. And yeah, that's just gone. There are also Doomhammer based versions of this deck. The list I have here doesn't feature Doomhammer, and Doomhammer is going to stay. But those lists also rely on Thunderhead and on Spirit of the Frog, so it's terrible for this deck. What about its aggro brother, the Murloc Shaman? Murloc Shaman looks much better. Murloc Shaman, the current list that's being used, is only going to lose one card, which is the Murloc Tastyfin. That threat will draw 2 Murlocs from your deck, so that is a loss. Because Murloc Tastyfin, you were often able to get some Murlocs from your deck with that, to get like an Underbelly Angler plus one other Murloc, and boom, you're good to go again, you can build up multiple boards. The most important card in the deck by far is the Underbelly Angler, and Murloc Tastyfin was one of the ways that you could tutor it in the mid game, so that you wouldn't run out of resources. What's going to replace that, it's kind of hard to see. Also, Murlocs that are not part of the current list are also rotating out. Ghostlight Angler, Nightmare Amalgam. Both of those are rotating out of standard, so you can't put those in. Like Ghostlight Angler could have been a board-filling Murloc replacement, but it's going away, so you can't replace it with that. And the big problem with Murloc Shaman right now is that Murloc Shaman currently is not doing well on higher ranks. It cannot withstand the pressure from Galakrond warriors and other decks that are common on higher ranks, and yeah. Even though it's not losing that many cards, but it's not doing very well anyway, so it's kind of hard to see how it could rise. What about Callicoon Shaman then? The deck that had all of its cards nerfed. Actually every single Galakrond card was nerfed. That's quite something for Shaman. And the deck is losing Life Drinker and it's losing Shadowwalk. But this is also a deck that is not doing great at the moment. It's okay-ish, but with the Life Drinker gone, you can't get that healing anymore. And with the Shadowwalk gone, you lose that burst damage and burst healing from Life Drinker, battle cries repeated by Shadowwalk, and you lose your second board. You get one board from playing Galakrond the Tempest, and then you get another board by playing Shadowwalk later in the game. And you lose that, so you're so much worse in longer games. And I built some Shaman decks on a budget, so I built them without Shadowwalk, and what I discovered while doing that is that if I don't have Shadowwalk, I have to be much more focused on tempo, because I can't go for that very long game anymore. With Shadowwalk there's always the option that, okay, I've done everything I can, I'm all out of resources, let me just top deck Shadowwalk and fill my hand with stuff and get a full board and everything. But now with that option gone, this deck is going to have to do a complete overhaul. It has to be based much more on tempo, it just cannot survive like this at all. So just a couple of cards gone, but it will have to change the strategy entirely. It can be done, sort of, but it's rather mediocre at the moment. Most likely we would be looking into a non-quest Galakrond version that runs evolve effects. That looks like the future of this type of deck. And then we have Highlander Shaman. Some people still try to make it work and it's kind of mediocre, so it's playable. And it's losing a bunch of stuff. Zap, Menacing Nimbus, Snip Snap, Ziliax, Hagatha the Witch and Shadowwalk. And if Ziliax and Snip Snap hurt its defensive tools, and Zap and Menacing Nimbus hurt its early game, then Hagatha and Shadowwalk just obliterate its late game. Sure, it's still a Highlander deck. There is Dragon Queen Alexstrasza, there is Zephyrus the Great, but with no Hagatha, no Shadowwalk, this needs some major stuff to play in the late game in order to survive. Or alternatively, it needs to reinvent itself into a more mid-range style deck. Think something like Galakrond Warlock, for example. But whether Shaman has tools to do that, I'm not at all certain. Those with the archetypes of Shaman that see some play, Shaman is really unpopular right now, so these don't see a lot of play really. But Shaman's losses don't even end there. There are lots of Shaman cards that don't see play in the current decks, but that have seen play at some point or could see play, and they are now rotating out of standard. Eureka is going away. Goodbye to those damage-based combo deck ideas. Stormbringer is going away, hurting these sorts of token Shaman builds that could be done. Former Champ is going away, which would have been a good evolve target by the way. And Reign of Toads is going away, so if you need more expensive spells for your Shaman deck, that's one less option that you have left. And the Shaman Tree mana slot is affected greatly. Haunting Visions going away, such a great card. Discovering that spell and discounting a spell. Zentimo is going away, so that was one tool that was used in some of the Highlander builds, especially Zentimo, and then you can Hex Tree minions or do nice control things, but nope, going away from standard. Boxflosser is going away, has been used in Quest Shaman builds sometimes. Electro Storm Surge is going away, has seen some play in both control and aggro variants of Shaman. But all of this stuff is also going. So Shaman is left in a really difficult position. The main out that I see for the class is some kind of Galakrond and Evolve package style of Shaman. I already kind of made it work on a budget for this meta. And there are some Evolve style cards coming for the class, so that looks like the most probable way Shaman can continue to be part of the meta at all. Because its current decks, they are taking a beating. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.